Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. So Manchester United are going to host at Old Trafford against Sevilla in Europa League quarter-final first leg of course. So today we are going to review it. So there is a lot of interesting things that we should discuss about. So there are a lot of interesting things. There is a lot of things to talk about from the Sevilla side and Manchester United side. There are a lot of injury concern as well. I listened to the Erik ten Hag press conference. Erik ten Hag and David De Gea sit together and talk with the journalists about Manchester United and this injury situation with the Luke Shaw, Garnacho and Marcus Rashford. So there are a lot of things we have to discuss and we need to talk about. So today, first of all, before we discuss about Manchester United, let's talk about for a moment about Sevilla situation. How are they playing at the moment? Okay, what is their situation? Okay, so let's talk about that. So the other day, Sevilla play at home against Celta Vigo and they drew 2-2. They have two players got a yellow red card. The two players from Sevilla side have got a red card. And as far as I noticed, I think Sevilla received 11 red cards this season, which is we have to be very careful to play against Sevilla. Not because of trying to let them gap the red card situation or not. We have to avoid the injury concerns, which means Sevilla got 11 red cards is really worse. I haven't watched how they played. How their players as dangerous, of course. But we have to be very careful not to pick any injury against Sevilla. When a team is collecting 11 record this season is not good and always dangerous, not for the result, for the player itself. So we have to be very careful. So this season, 2020-2023 season, Sevilla is now sitting on the 30th place and they played 28 games in the Spanish La Liga. They won just 8 games and drew 8 games and lost 12 games. They scored 33 goals in 28 matches and conceded 44 goals, which seem to be they don't have a really good defense record, and 33 goal for 28 game is not that impressive in my opinion, right? So they are not doing great in their domestic competition. But when it comes to Europa League, Sevilla is the Real Madrid version of the Europa League because they are the king of this competition. They know how to play to win the games in the European competition. It's like a Europa League, okay? They are the most they have the most trophy, Europa League trophy in football, any football team. So that's why they may not be doing great. They may not be doing great at domestic competition, but when it's come to Europa League, and they are extremely dangerous. The lucky one is we have to play at Old Trafford, which means under Erik ten Hag, especially this season, we are doing so much better, and we can it's like described as extremely good at Old Trafford. So we collect a lot of clean sheets. We concede let's go. We only concede 7 or 8 goals Premier League at Old Trafford this season. That is where we are improved, where we've improved a lot. So I think we have a lucky because we are going to host at Old Trafford. But let's check about Sevilla's European form. So Sevilla Sevilla now play 4 games at Europa League competition. 2 of them are at home, of course, and 2 of them away from home. So they play 2 games away from home. They lost 2 of them, and they haven't conceded any away goal this season in Europa League. They only concede 3 goals. So they didn't score any goals away from home. They concede 3 goals, which means they are extremely bad in away from home. So I think this is the chance for Manchester United. So this is Sevilla situation this season. They have of course a dangerous player like Brian Gill, Lamela, Suso, and they have really good player to be fair, man. But let's talk about Manchester United. So according to Erik ten Hag and according to the the announcement from the Manchester United official, Marcus Rashford will definitely miss this game, and he is about to miss, a few games, which means I assume that next 3 or 4 games. So he is most likely to miss against Nottingham Forest and both leg against Sevilla. So Marcus Rashford will not be involved this games, and Luke Shaw and Garnacho will not be involved. So this tomorrow games. This is Manchester United situation. And I saw some of the report from the Manchester Evening News that they wrote that they didn't see Scott McTominay on team's training section today. So this is a really concerns for Manchester United, because we have to play a lot of games. Okay, a lot of games. With the not enough day to take a break. The other day we play every 3 days, one game every 3 days. So which is it require the squad depth and player availability. So now it seems the Scott McTominay might get a silk or ill, or some kind of injury or minor injury, minor knock. We don't know that. Okay, well, there is no reason Scott McTominay will not be seen in the training session for without any reason. Okay, so it might be an injury concern, or some kind of illness or whatever it is. We haven't. I'm not sure anything about it, but they report that we haven't seen Scott McTominay in training section. This is really concern for Eriksen. But let us wait and see. So let's talk about our teams at the moment. Of course, there will be David De Gea in our goalkeeper, and this is the our back four in my opinion, and this is most likely. Okay. Center back option, I think Erik Ten Hag will not use Harry Maguire, even though he showed, really good performance against, Everton the other day. But we rest, Rafael Varane, which means I think Erik Ten Hag gonna use, Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane as a center back partnership. I have no doubt about it. Okay, and of course there will be Wan-Bissaka instead of Diego Dalot, and as a left back. Luke Shaw will not be involved these games according to Erik Ten Hag, so it will be Malaysia. So this is our best back four against against Sevilla. So let's move on to the midfield apartment. So this is our best midfield trio, and they are back. Of course, this game will be Casemiro's the first game, because he got suspended in a domestic competitions, and he will be back against Sevilla. So there will be Casemiro definitely. I don't think Erik Ten Hag will bench Casemiro or not use Casemiro as a starter. He will definitely be back, and he is very important. Without Casemiro, we can see we have a different Manchester United side without Casemiro. So Casemiro will be definitely be there, and Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes. I think Bruno Fernandes, no doubt about it. This guy are going to be there, and in my opinion, I don't think Erik Ten Hag will use Eriksen as a starter. The reason is he's ready. Actually, he's ready. He's ready to play. He's ready to start the games. He's ready to provide some effort to Manchester United team. Of course, no doubt about it. And against Everton the other day, he showed really cool, calm and really great performance without even doing any special thing. He always have done things very simply, and it was very effective. So he didn't play longer than we expected, but he just played like a 10 or 12 or 17 minutes. But he showed the level of his skills, the level of his controlling the game. So Eriksen, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes is our best midfield trio. Know about it. Everybody knows this. But in my opinion, I don't think Erik Ten Hag is going to use all of those 3 players at the same time. So he will not bench Casemiro in my opinion. No way Bruno Fernandes will be got bench, and I think it will be Eriksen. The reason I didn't think Eriksen will be starter is because he is not long enough to come back. But in my opinion, I want to see those midfield trio. Okay, those are midfield trio, but I think they will be Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, and Sabitzer or Scott McTominay. Even though Scott McTominay didn't appear on our training section. So let us wait and see. But I hope we can see this midfield trial. Okay, this is extremely dangerous for opposition. So let's move on to the attacking option. Of course, we don't have much choice when it comes to attacking option. This is the best, and the trial that Erik ten Hag is most likely to use against Sevilla at Old Trafford. Jadon Sancho, we have to rely on him this game because there will be no Marcus Rashford, there will be no Garnacho. So on the left hand side, Jadon Sancho is our savior. Jadon Sancho is the player that have to perform and trying to provide with some goals or assists for a team. There's no Marcus Rashford, which means there's no player better than at the left hand side than Jadon Sancho. There's no Marcus Rashford, so there won't be Marcus Rashford in the center forward position. So it will be chance for Anthony Martial, and Erik ten Hag says Martial is ready to play the games from the start. So which means Anthony Santos, Anthony Martial, and Jadon Sancho will be our best attacking trio against Sevilla tomorrow games. So I think it will be attacks for Manchester United, because the reason is, of course, Sevilla is not doing great at the moment. Whether it will be domestic competition, or it will be European competition, they are not doing that great, especially away from home. So this is our chance, and there is a risk that Erik ten Hag, if one of Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro got a yellow card today and tomorrow games, they will be suspended for a second leg, which is extremely dangerous for Manchester United, because those two, Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro are extremely important for us. They are the heart of the teams. So I'm worried about that. But for me, if we can play and dominate today's games and score like 2-3 goals, and then we can settle this second leg, we can control the games. Even though we struggle to win, we might not lose. So it will be a chance to go to the next round. So I think tomorrow at Old Trafford, Manchester United will have to be we have to destroy Sevilla. Okay, we have to destroy. Sevilla is not that good at the moment, and we are extremely good at at Old Trafford. Of course, there will be no Marcus Rashford. That will be huge miss for Manchester United. But without Marcus Rashford, we can win. That is not that's not the way to describe Manchester United dangerous next. So I think we need to score at least 2 goals. At least 2 goals. The reason is we are very dangerous. We are on the verge, or the the player, though really good player and important player suspended. So we need to score at least 2 goals. Not just winning. We need to score at least 2 goals. Okay, 2, 3, 4. That could be the best, but it is not easy to score a lot of goals against Sevilla, who is the boss of this competition. But I hope at Old Trafford we beat we beat 2 or 3 Spanish teams this season and in this competition. So it will be against Sevilla, another Spanish team, and we have to destroy it. We have to score at least 2 goals. So let us wait and see what will happen. So what do you think about today's games? What do you think about this situation? Make sure on the comment below. Do you think are we going to win this game without Marcus Rashford? How many goals do you think we are going to score tomorrow night? Make sure on the comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.